See your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. Everything between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be in no other place. Here with you now, here with you now.
She's the way
time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, 'cause that's all they'll be. Now there's only one thing I can do. Fight until the end like I promised to. Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. What do you see before it's over? Blinding flashes getting closer. Wish that I had something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fine. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die, gotta die. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die. Feeling like there's nothing I can do. This could be the end, it's mine to choose. It's taken me my lifetime just to prove. This could be the day I die. Don't let it be the day. What do you see before it's over? Blinded flashes getting closer. Sacrificing everything I know. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. Everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die.
Welcome everyone back to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. I'm your host Rahul Nasir, ready to go racing the fourth round of the 2024 CMRSC DTM World Championships. It's a double points race out here today, so cannot wait to see what the drivers can do out here. This is going to be a very, very exciting round to witness out here today. Clear skies that we see, no chances of rain, lots of sunshine, track temperature 36 degrees. We are feeling good, and a stacked grid out here for today. Cannot wait to get the action underway. We are just a couple minutes away from getting qualifying underway. The drivers doing their last bits of practice. And what a race we have for you guys here today. So, an incredible round of racing coming up. Welcome. If you haven't seen my face, it's been a while since I've had the green screen put up, and the sunlight is already blocking into the bottom of my shirt. Let me just hide myself down here. So anyways, great round of racing coming up. Here today, I am Rahul Nasir. I am founder of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. We have a stacked race out here today. So many drivers out here ready to take victory. And can't wait to see who it is. Also going to do a restart into the session here. Just get back into the server. But over 16 drivers into the fray. We have a lot of returning drivers, a lot of new debut drivers set to go racing. So cannot wait to see what these guys do out here on track. This is going to be a really good one. Last round 2 weeks ago, we were at Queensland. It was a great race between Marlon Young and Mike Van Dorn. It was Van Dorn coming out on top. It was a really good, close race. It was really just all to play for there. Both drivers on similar skill levels. And it was just such a fun race. I do recommend you guys check that out as soon as this one is over. It was a good race, but if you don't want to get spoiled, I suggest you mute for about 2 seconds. But yes, it was Van Dorn taking the win. Marlon Young still holding on to the points lead. So cannot wait for that. We're also just making sure everything on the stream is good to go here. So we're going to go into intermission for just a moment here. We are about to go live here on the scene. So the drivers are getting good. Thank you for the audio check, Patab. And yeah, we're just going to do our final checks here. We had a bit of technical difficulties for a couple of the drivers, but we had got that sorted. I have been busy as soon as the day begun. And yeah, so forgive me for a quick second. Just gonna double check if everything is good to go here. And I think it is. We can get on live onto the scene here. There we go. I think we should be good there. So 16 drivers in here. You may see 15 there. Actually 16. Let me just nail that down. There we go. So 16 in the server here. So lots of drivers, but check that out. It's Danny Nasir at the moment topping the timing stands. Actually, no, it's Moranti. I'm waiting for Moranti here to respond that we might be seeing him. We also have a couple other drivers that we might be seeing, not too sure, that did practice. That's going to include Andrew Roop, Narayan, Sean, Lee, Van Dorn. Unfortunately, not going to be here today for racing. And Adam, not too sure about him. Thomas Senhaj and Ferdinand Svev still yet to join into the session. Daniel Williams, fastest. Let's take a look at those times in the meantime before we get into qualifying. Daniel Williams with a 1:18.550. He's been the fastest all week long, followed by Marlon Young just nipping at his time. Will qualifying show us a different story? We're just 1 minute away, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna join into the live chat now. Let's see if everyone's good to go.
It's not that easy, man.
That senior citizen pension not working?
Huh?
The senior citizen pension is not coming in for you?
Oh, yeah.
Of course I joined already. Bullying on poor Lance this year, making his return back. Gonna be a feisty one indeed. Yeah. Yes, I'm very excited. I'm not too sure who's
How is it going with all that wildfire up there?
Oh, I got good Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the Wi-Fi, the wildfire.
Oh, I did.
You know what? I'm gonna let them talk. I'm gonna let them do their own thing. We're gonna focus on here. 3 seconds until we get qualifying started. The drivers already know about all the rules. We have a lovely set of advertisements around the track, and qualifying will get underway. We're gonna switch now to our special qualifying leaderboards here in just a second. But you can hear those cars firing up out the pit lane for the first time now. And just making sure everything is good to go. Should just give me one moment here. And we should be back live. Here we go. So qualifying underway now for the 4th time in this championship. This is a very important one to get pole position out here. It's very crucial. So as the drivers make their way around the circuit for the first time here in qualifying, Daniel Williams is the fastest man who has been here all week long. Very curious if we can get some video capture here. No, I don't believe so. There we go. I think that should do the trick. I'm going to show off a little bit of Discord here because we do have Osmond Wilson on track here showing us a bit of camera work. I'm not too sure if he is streaming. I will check that out, but we do have a little bit of camera action. Let me just slide it to the side here so you can see his face. There he is. The drivers are in the Discord. Let's slide that back over now because qualifying is underway. Daniel Williams, the first driver on track here to set in his first flyer for what all the drivers are going to be chasing. He's purple in the first sector now. Let's go on board with him as he heads into the next couple of corners here. Hard on the brakes, down into 3rd gear. Back on the loud pedal for the fast left-hander and then braking to the right-hander now. And a quick flick to the right. Little bit of touch on the brakes for the left-hander. Hook it in. Straighten up that car. Flying through the left-hander. Then hard on the brakes for the long right-hander. And then on to the back straight. Racing down now. 1 corner to go for the Guyanese. Daniel Williams now on to the front straight. Comes across the line. He's going to set the first time. It's a time of a 1:18.755. Krogsgaard up next, coming across the line. It's a 1:19.0 from him. A lot of other drivers still coming out. Marlon Young going to set his time of a 1:19.429. Still has some work to do. Klaus, I believe, just crossing the line now. No time included. A lot of drivers putting in a banker, first of all. Just get a lap in. And then once you get a lap in that you feel you're a little comfortable with, push all the way. Now that you have that little insurance lap, you're good. Daniel Williams always backed off of this lap. It lets some space through. Mads is going a little bit deep there. Haven't seen him since the IMSA Vintage Championship. Marlon Young, your championship leader, also yellow in that second sector. Jerome Moore into the wall there. Not too sure what's going on. Klaus trying to find some improvements. Can't get anything done so far. Looking down the rest of the order, we have a debut driver here. We have Kasper Krogsgaard, which I was let know of a little fun fact that he is Oliver Bloch's uncle. Oliver sitting in P7. He's actually going to come across the line. Now we're going to see what he does here. He stays on the 20s, but it's Marlon Young taking a bit of slipstream off the rear of that BMW, and he's going to launch himself up into second. Kasper in the grass going to take himself back into the pits. Still lots of time as Danny Nasir sets a time of a 1:23.65. Gonna turn up the volume there for you guys. We watch Daniel Williams. He is on par with this lap right now, and Marlon Young hot on the heels. Looks like he's backed off just a bit there. Or actually, it might have been Webster. It actually is Webster. My apologies. Daniel Williams pushing, though. He's currently on pole. Ruben Orion wishing he was there. Don't worry, my man. We are back to weekly races. So, 7 days' time, come join us back. Love to have you. Williams improving in the middle sector. Just under a 10th. He's about identical to his last lap time. Little bit of improvement, but it's Marlon Young. Now we're noticing. Back into the pits. Made the mistake. Daniel Williams around the final corner, racing to the start-finish line. We're gonna see what time he does. Can he improve? Yes, he does at the 1:18.540. Great lap by him. Marlon Young sitting on the edge of pit road. And both of them actually gonna come into the pits. No, it's just Daniel Williams. Looking down the rest of the order. Looking to see, do we have any other drivers improving? There's Casper sitting in P10 in his debut race. Lance this year making his return in a brand new livery out here. Oh, a little bit of lag from him. Gonna check out his ping, making sure he is good. Oh, it might be Costa, who's the one that's lagging quite a bit. Gonna listen back into the voice channel, making sure everything is spick and span in here. Get back up to the front runners in the meantime, though. Daniel Williams not finding any improvements. Marlon Young, nothing as well. Krogsgaard 4 tenths down. He's in the top 3. Very good. Remember, this is a double points round, so if you did miss the first 3 rounds, this could really launch you back up there. There we watch Klaus sitting in P4, second off his teammate Van Doren, unable to attend for today's race. And Waldzak sitting in the pits, looks like he's just about getting off. Martin Webster, though, goes up into P4, a 19.456 for the Guyanese of the X-Play team. 4th position in the Aston Martin. It's Beamer Aston. A lot of the BMW is a very popular car out here. You're going to notice a lot that in the race. Daniel Williams on another lap out here. We're going to return to him later. Marlon Young is the driver ahead. We're going to keep it on him as Klaus runs off the track. Marlon Young avoids it. Yellow flags, but he's out the way so they can keep going up on optimal pace, but it is almost 2 tenths under Marlon Young in the first sector. Danny Nasir running off the track, going to take it into pit road. A lot of these drivers not getting it right around here. Looking at Daniel Williams, trying to see if he can beat his middle sector time of a 58.033. There you see as he flicks to the left and then on to the right-hander. Oh, a little bit bump over the road. Andy Reeds, we notice P4 for him. He improves. Continue to watch Daniel Williams. Still no improvements from him. Marlon Young comes across the line 7 tenths down. Krogsgaard, no improvements from there. Andy Rees still looking for some improvements. Martin Webster looks like he's going to be coming out of the pits very soon. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in qualifying. There is David Costa. Did not give him a little bit of credit here, but it is a brand new livery for him and a fantastic looking one for the Portuguese driver. He picked out what he wanted the car to look like, and myself did a bit of research and decided to create this amazing Beamer. And it looks absolutely wonderful as it goes up into P7. So a lot of the drivers setting up for another flyer, couple of them sitting in the pits. Wilson in the pits as well. He's the only driver in the Lexus. Very interesting about that. We have four, I think. 4 different manufacturers. All 5 will not be here for the time being. We only have Root and Orion in the Nissan, so if we can get everybody together, then that'd be good. Meanwhile, Daniel Williams, little bit deep, cutting the track there, but purple in the second sector nonetheless. He's improved so much. But 4 tenths the difference between those two, Marlon Young and Daniel Williams, as Daniel Williams now across the line. It's more improvements, a 1:18.376. What can the likes of Young do? Marlon Young, your championship leader. Oh, a little bit off the track there. That's going to lose him a lot of time. Onto the left-hander. Comes across. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's found improvement in the first sector. Just barely. We're going to keep an eye on him now. He goes around the right-hander, flat around the left, and then on the brakes for the right-hander, flicking it down. Oh, just missing out on the apex, runs a little bit deep. Marlon now really desperate to find some improvement. He's gonna come across the second sector very shortly. It's 3/10 down. That did cost him 3/10 just in one corner. Insane how much you can lose just by one little mistake. 4 minutes left to go here in qualifying. We're just gonna do a quick audio check, make sure everything is good to go here. Just found improvement in the first sector. All right, looks like everything is good. 10. Amazing of you guys to tune into the stream. Thank you so much for watching Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Copy. So we're hearing that Mads is teleporting, so gonna keep an eye out on him. It could be a ping spike, as a lot of these drivers from different parts of the world coming together on one server. It's not going to be the perfect connection, but we don't want drivers to have the worst of connectivity that incidents may be costing you. I think my ping should be good as well. Andy Reid sitting in pits. He's in P3. He's battling with Mads for that third position. Can they improve? Only the top 4 in that 18s, but it's Daniel Williams who is the fastest at that bunch. Casper gonna go back into the pits. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Now it comes down to a full push. You had about 12 minutes to set down the fastest laps. It's all now. Let's just push. We got 2-3 laps to see how fast we can go, and Daniel Williams is going to test the waters of that. Marlon Young going to come across the line now. He's going to begin his flyer. A little bit on the AstroTurf on the left, but it is good for track limits. And he has improved. It should be purple down there. This app is a little bit finicky, so it's still a little bit. There we go. Fixed it there. Purple for the first 2 sectors. He's got a little bit of slipstream up the road there. Not too sure who it is. It might be Klaus, but as they both race to the line, comes across it now. Daniel Williams. It's more improvement. It's a 1:18.2. That might be the final nail in the coffin for any chance. And Marlon Young taking pole position. 4/10 down in the first. Andy Reid still in the pits at this point. If he doesn't come out now, that's it for him. Mads, a chance that he can improve. 4 1/1000ths of a second just off the top 3. Or should I specifically say third? Martin Webster for X-Play. Look at him pushing there. He's looking like he's trying to race back to the line to go for one final attempt. Daniel Williams on for one final go. Marlon Young not going to improve this lap. It's a 1:19.6. One final chance for the Guyanese. It's Guyana versus Guyana. It's civil war for the top 2. Who is going to take pole position and that crucial 2 points that you get awarded? Wish we had split screen, but Daniel Williams does not look like he's improving. And he is not. So it's down to Marlon. And Marlon Young has found some improvement. Just off in that first sector. Any improvements? No. 3rd, 4th, 5th, sitting in pits. P7 in the pits. Gabrielle says he'll be back for Race of Champions. Cannot wait to see you there, Gabrielle. You got some stiff competition coming up. Marlon Young, though, he is on the full charge now. Can he take another pole position of the championship? Checkered flag is out. And there he goes. 2/10 off, though, in the second sector. It's going to be a mad dash to the line. He needs to perfect this line if he can somehow gain a bit of time. Final corner looks good to me. Races to the line. Can it be pole position? No, it cannot. He cannot do it. And it's over. The dream of getting another pole position is done for. Casper sitting into the pits. And Oliver, still on his final lap out here, sitting in P11. Can he put himself into the 19s, the optimal place you want to get in? Races to the line. Oliver Bloch now comes across. No, cannot do it. Daniel Williams, looks like he's still on track there, but that is going to be qualifying complete. So let's go congratulate the drivers. All right, that is qualifying. Congratulations, your top three: Daniel Williams, Marlon Young, and Andy Rees. A really good one, and all you guys are very close. And Daniel Williams just crossing the line there.
Half a second is close.
About to see the top four in the 18s. Race pace is not going to be near the 18s, I don't believe. Maybe high 18s, but I think the 19s are going to be very optimal, so I think this is going to be a pretty close race. So, the drivers finishing up their qualifying. We're going to swap over to the broadcast side of things for the race here. And cannot wait to see what goes down here. Not too sure what that thing is in the bottom of the screen there. Yeah, that should go away in due time, as soon as we get this race underway. But a great qualifying there. Daniel Williams on pole position, going to take a crucial 2 points. If you want to join in on the conversations here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and you will be able to chat with us live. I'll be reading all the comments here. All right, so we have 1 more minute to the grid. Mandatory tire changes, of course, so that's going to mean you have to come into the pits once in this race. And the only service you have to do to your car is change the tires. That is it. Fuel is up to you. Virtual safety cars, when it comes to this race, if we have an incident on track, I will be vocally saying VSC. By that point, everybody must be up to single file. Pits will always be open, and the lead car will act as the safety car, running a specific pace discussed by race direction. Other than that, have fun out there. You may also notice that I have bumped up the cut tracks for real penalty. This track is a bit strict, so you're gonna have a lot of more leniency with real penalty. So shouldn't have many drive-throughs.
More cuts or less cuts?
More. So it's about 10 warnings.
So 10 warnings before you get a drive-through?
Yeah, you should see it on your screen somewhere. So make sure you guys have pit stop strategies all good to go. Any final questions?
Rahul?
Yep.
We are missing Casper in this broadcast channel. He does not quite yet know how to manage Discord.
He doesn't know. Is he not able to join, or he doesn't know how to?
He doesn't know how to. Just we're trying. Can you do like restart until he's in here?
Yeah, I can do a restart, but we got to get him in here ASAP. All right.
We're trying.
Yeah, please do that quickly. That's supposed to be done during qualifying. All right, server's gonna be session's gonna be restart, but before you click drive for the second time, make sure you have those setups loaded up. They will sometimes reset.
Why do we have to go through this crap every time?
This was supposed to be made sure everybody was in the
click on broadcast channel. Click on the broadcast channel, and you're in.
Yeah, he's good now. He's good now. I see him. So we're good now. Make sure your setup is good to go. Reload those setups and the pit stop strategy. I know we had a couple drivers having some mishaps in the past couple rounds because when we restart the session, pit stop strategies when it comes to fuel, the tires, everything that you set up is reset. So make sure that's good to go. 23 seconds. Make sure you click that drive button before the 10-second count. We got everybody in the Discord channel now. I wish everybody the best of luck. Double points on the line here. And we're going to line ourselves up for this one. As the drivers ready to go racing. Let's keep comms clear as best as we can. And we go racing. Daniel Williams already getting a jump start there. As we go racing, couple drivers already into the wall. And oh, it's carnage.
Somebody messed up at the beginning there.
Yeah.
What?
We're gonna restart it.
All right.
Boy,
I'm not even finished.
It was a
Changing
pile
my
up.
settings.
It was a pile up on the start finish.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not too sure what that was all about.
It says my controls are locked.
Yeah, it should be good now to press drive. Apologies for that, but yeah, guys. Yeah, I did see somebody.
Hold on. I gotta reset out my entire strategy here.
You just have to load it back.
you just gotta load your setup.
Already, the driver's
and you guys
getting.
went before I could finish.
Well, you had 60 seconds. You have 30 seconds now. So make sure you guys have loaded up those setups. Yeah, there was a stalled car at the line. I'm not too sure who it was, but it did cause a pileup there.
Must have been me.
I did stall.
Yeah, it looks like it was Daniel. Yeah.
Yeah, I had East with Macrat, so.
Make sure you guys are good now. 17 seconds. All right. A little bit of a hiccup there on the start. Let's forget that ever happened, and let's get racing now for real this time. And we got to position ourselves properly here, of course. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. Let's do this again. We go racing for the Polish Grand Prix. Couple drivers still having issues in the rear. But it's towards the back now. We keep it green. Williams onto the lead. Marlon Young on the outside. Crocsguard trying to take the lead there. That's Mads up into P2. They're side by side. Marlon Young onto the inside. Good start there. We also see David Costa there into the background. Aston Martin spinning in the tail end of the field there.
Sorry about that, Joe.
And a couple drivers off, back onto the track. Oh, he's got spin around. That's Danny Nasir trying to rejoin onto a busy track. But it's Daniel Williams holding on to the lead. Mads there, up into second position. The X-Play duo, third and fourth. Martin Webster had a great start. Costa just behind them as well. A very chaotic one indeed. The drivers have a lot of leeway. And a lot of time to make up some positions, but Mads
Teleport.
looks like he is. Yep, just checking on that. So Mads looks like he is having some connectivity issues. Danny Nasir looks like he's got Klaus there. Oh, Klaus almost having an issue on track there. And Danny Nasir hitting the wall. Andy Rees had a horrible start, getting into an incident, starting in the top 3. Race needing to open up now. Ooh, some lock up there as Marlon Young goes very deep. He loses P2, P3. Now he's down to 4th. Now under pressure.
Right side, Martin.
And Martin Webster letting Marlon through. Marlon gets the move done. Ooh, and Costa trying to make the move, trying to sneak in. They're very cheeky of him. Cannot get it done. And Casper into the wall there. As there we see Lance Nasir, and is that Waldzak putting in some dives there. Very, very hectic start out here. We just want to open up the gap. I just want to note this now. It does look like it's just 5 cuts, not 10 cuts. So just keep that in mind of your cut tracks. It is just 5.
Somebody's mic is open.
Jarrell, that's yours. I can give you a little mute here, so you don't gotta worry. Just keep driving.
Danny, come on now. Danny!
Yes. Somebody calling me?
That's not Danny.
It's not.
Andy, yep. All good, no worry. Daniel Williams, fastest lap of the race. Followed by Mads. He's going to start the push now on to Daniel Williams, Marlon Young, and Martin Webster. The X-Play duo trying to charge up, but Costa still trying his best to close up this gap. Can he look for a dive bomb here on Webster? Cannot get it done this time around, but there you see Martin Webster little bit of a train here. Battle for P4. Aston Martin, BMW, Mercedes, BMW. And Costa looks like he has a bit of a run here. He does. Trying to get to the inside, backs out.
Stop weaving.
Lance Nasir getting called out for weaving against Danny Nasir. As those two fight each other, Lance Nasir on the brakes there. Danny Nasir side by side with them, trying to get through. Oh, and there we also see
from the back
Casper
weaving.
trying to get through.
Yeah, I had to run in you.
Oh, and Van
right.
Gogh. Let's keep comms clear, guys. And Cedric off the track. He's in the middle of the track trying to get out the way. He reverses, makes a mistake. He was in that train fighting for P4. Oh, Osman Wilson just getting out the way. Klaus gonna get out the way as well. So he is clear. An incident is clear after that. Martin Webster, though, in a little bit of a battle here as Costa continues to put some pressure on the Guyanese. And looks like we have a bit of an overtake here as we see Bloch losing a position while Zach up now into P7. A little bit of a lift for Oliver trying to go for the inside, thinking well Zach was going to overstep that corner but did not. But this is our battle that we have up the field now. Costa against Webster. 4/10 the difference out here. And a little bit deep there is Mads. He's not that far away from the X-Play duo. As they get onto the straight now, we see Costa just behind him, still nipping away. Cannot forget about Moore. He's also up there as well. Bit of a shame for a couple of the drivers who did not have the best of starts and some incidents. Wilson is one of them who did get caught out early on in an incident. Runs a little bit deep there, gets back on track. He's battling Klaus in the points here, just at the edge of it. Andy Rees, who also had some issues as Oliver runs off track. He was starting in that top 5 and is down into 8th, but he is making some amazing progress into this race now as he continues to get back up the field. Back up the order, though. Daniel Williams has stretched up that gap now to about 2-3 seconds. Now, Crocs is in 2nd. Mads up into P2. A great start from him, just capitalizing on some drivers making some mistakes on the opening stages of that first lap. Marlon Young is still very much in this fight. Was one of those that did make that mistake, but he's right back on the charge. Martin Webster finally able to break off a 2nd now between himself and David Costa. But he is going to have some trouble because the Mercedes now behind him of Gerald Moore catching up. And Casper now into the pits, making his mandatory pit stop. I hope it's his pit stop and not a retirement early on in this race for his debut.
Jamen, jeg har ikke fået loadet det der setup, så jeg kan slet ikke være med.
And not too sure what is going on with Casper. He's still into the pits there. Daniel Williams, fastest lap of this race at the 1:18.796. Keep in mind that the fastest lap will get you some points.
Hvem siger det?
Det er mig. Jeg bare så få benzin på. Der er ikke andre, der gør.
Jeg ligger og kører 230 lidt lang tid. Kan jeg understyre.
Communication in the voice chat, very minimum, so should be good here. But that top 6 pretty much split up between each other except for first. And Costa looking like he's closing up that gap here. And he's still trying to charge up now. 37 minutes left to go in this race. We're just about to hit the first 10-minute mark of this one. But it's Daniel Williams who has stretched this gap up a 2nd. Krogsgaard is behind, and it does look like he might get caught up because here comes Marlon Young. This battle for second getting underway now, really. And this fight is really going to begin. All right, fixed the chat up here. Chat should be good now. I think it was having a bit of issues, but just about fixed it there. Can now pay attention with this race as Andy now putting in another position. Oh, Walzak here side by side. It's BMW Aston Martin as they go down the straight. A little bit of door to door, side by side action. Robin is racing after all in DTM here as Andy now to the inside. Walzak is going to switch now, and he is actually going to back out of that position. Andy's going to go through P7 for the Beamer. A driver from Denmark is going to go through now. Oliver, trouble for him as he is off the track in the karting section of Tour Poznan. It's Danny Nasir.
Watch out, you coming back and track there, man.
Danny Nasir just about able to get back on there and avoiding action. But yes, that was not the best of
Let me get a second cup track there.
Yeah, make sure you are watching when you're entering back onto the racetrack. Danny Nasir almost having a huge incident that would have for certain brought out the VSC. And I think a lot of these drivers would love that right now. To get that caution and regroup as this race continues. We watch now on this battle here, 1.3 between Martin Webster and David Costa. Aston Martin, BMW fighting on here, but it's BMW 1-2. Marlon Young, however, gonna spoil the party in the Aston Martin now as he tries to close up that gap. There you see the X-Play driver, Martin Webster, just behind him, about 2 seconds behind to be specific. Marlon Young now against Mads. We're gonna take a look at these 2 lap times. Strategy is gonna play a big part around here. They all have to make a fuel stop at least once in this race. 120.0 gets a 119.6, 4/10 faster. Marlon Young, he is pushing. And Casper on the side of the track, he's taking it back to pits. What has happened to Casper on track once again? More trouble for him. We're not too sure what's going on. We continue watching the battle up ahead. Andy, personal best there. We're going to take a look. It's a 119.5 he put up.
Ja, men jeg er i pit, og så følger jeg på, og så kører jeg.
Ja.
And Marlon Young has now put down that gap.
Nu er jeg for low to set up.
Under a second to Mads. He's just about hitting the 9/10 to a second region. Lap traffic up the road for Mads. It's Lance Nasir. Lance Nasir desperately needs to get out the way. That is the rules out here. Just about gets out the way for the best that he can. Marlon Young, you might hear him on the mic.
Coming up, Lance.
Go.
Lance Nasir letting Marlon through.
I'm coming behind you, Lance.
Lance Nasir getting a lot of reminders. And Webster slipstreaming will get past Lance Nasir. Of course, lap traffic. And they get back on here. Ooh, did Lance run off track for a moment? No, he did not. David now has blue flags there. Oh, Lance Nasir! I don't think he anticipated the momentum, so David's gonna go through now. I don't think Lance Nasir noticed how much momentum Costa was going down the straight. And I think he preferred to get back on his racing line to get out the way. Meanwhile, Andy and Waldzak continue to fight. Waldzak got back the position on Andy Rees. And now these guys, 4/10 the difference is our closest battle we have on track. The battle for P7. We're about to enter the 30-minute mark left to go in this race. Oh, a little bit of a slide there. Waldzak goes off the track. Andy gonna take advantage, side by side, and Andy just about, can he make the move done? The Aston Martin now to the inside, Walzak side by side with him, gonna tuck behind, he can't hold on, and Andy's gonna take back that position for P7. It's a good fight between these two. Oh, and it's Walzak now running off the track once more. Sliding the rear and definitely costing him some time. I'm also seeing that Cedric getting a little bit of trouble on track as Klaus now flies through him.
Mangler brændstof, så bare kom ind i pit.
Speak English.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. As long as the chat is at minimum, it's all good. So Walzak up into V8, Lance Sincere not appreciating, not knowing what his fellow competitors are saying. Oh, Lance Sincere though, trouble. He's facing the wrong way on track. And he looks to be back on, so racing can continue. Wilson just behind Lance Nasir. Meanwhile, we head back up here. Looks like Marlon Young has lost a little bit of time to Mats. He's about 7/10 down the last time we saw him. And Martin Webster has caught up just a bit. 30 minutes left to go in this race. David Costa losing a bit of ground onto the top, guys. And 120s for that top four. Gap now opening up to 8 seconds. Daniel Williams still in the lead. We have another battle here. Battle for P12. Oliver and Danny Nasir now fighting on. Not 4 points, but really helpful for track position. Because if a caution were to come out, it would be very helpful for those drivers in the rear. Klaus losing a position. He's actually lost a lot of momentum. And Acosta losing a position to Jarrell Moore. And a couple of mistakes now for some of the drivers on track. Very interesting here. As we continue now, as we're at the 29-minute mark left to go in this Polish Grand Prix. So a little bit of a shakeup in that top 5 there. Costa
Thank you, Dan.
down into 6th. And we still have this battle here as Danny Nasir continues to hold on for dear life for P12. As they continue to fight on. And Oliver just looking a little bit more comfortable in that BMW. Danny Nasir missing the apex
Losing
there on
grip.
the rear. Marlon Young reporting losing grip in that Aston Martin. Oh, but Danny Nasir running a little bit deep there, a little bit of a lockup, and that's Lance Nasir. That is why they have to lap up. And Oliver has a mighty run. Nah, it's a slam on the brakes. Almost causing contact there. And Lance Nasir does get out the way there just about. Ooh, Danny Nasir taking the high road. Desperately getting out the way. Oswin Wilson now in pit road. As this fight continues on. 3/10 the difference now for P11 now that Wilson has made his pit stop. And meanwhile, David Costa has now put himself under a second of Jarrell Moore. But here comes Oliver now, side by side, almost no, backs out of it wisely. Stretches it out now, trying to go the long way around, bit of a lockup, has to back out of it. And Danny Nasir, trouble! What has happened? He's lost the rear end! Going for a half spin, and he saves it! Danny Nasir losing the position, the tires are losing grip. We heard the report from Marlon. That's what happens when you're pushing so much. Costa now on the fight for the Guyanese. Moore up the road, P5. We're gonna see how this battle unfolds now. 3/10 the difference now is, oh, Costa making a little bit of a mistake. The rear end just tipping over. That's what happens when these tires do get wore down, as Oswald Wilson faces the wrong way, flick spins it, gets right back on. To track. As we continue to watch the order now, Marlon Young now really trying to close up his... Oh, Costa goes for a spin. Oh, can he save it? 360 style points, gets back on it. Crucial save for David Costa. Put a tire in the gravel, lost out big time to Moore. Luckily for him, he did not let those two cars in the rear overtake him. Especially when one of them is for position, Andy Rees. What a save, though, and rightfully so. Those tires are cooked from that 360. Costa now in the pits. Leds this here also, and he's actually now exiting out. A crazy save there. Meanwhile, back up the order now. Marlon Young has started to put down the pace against Mads. He did say a couple laps ago that his tires were going out. Was that a little bit of a cheeky mark to catch his fellow competitors off? Pit lane is getting busy, though. You're going to notice on the left-hand side, if you see a yellow box, that will tell you the lap that drivers have pitted on. And the yellow indicating that they have made their stop. This is your battle for second position. Huge for the championship. Big championship implications here. Because we have just 24 minutes left to go racing. Drivers would love a caution at this point, as Oswald Wilson, as he's now come out of pits, he's ahead of Oliver Blush. In that Lexus just up the road, P12. Oswald Wilson has stated that this may be his one and only appearance here for the next couple weeks. He is very busy, so can't wait to see him back here. He's an amazing driver. It's unfortunate that the start did not go his favor. Oh, and that's P2. Mads is off the track. Mads gets himself back on, but he loses a position to Marlon and Martin. X-Play go through Mads. A mistake dropping him down 2 positions. A huge mistake, very costly. That could be very, very crucial for this race. Especially when it comes to the end game, though. But Mads is right on the tail of Martin Webster. Martin now holding on for P3. Now Mads diving down the inside. No, he backs out of it. And he's going to stay on the rear tail there. On the rear end of the X-Play driver, Martin Webster. Gonna have to do a bit of defending if he wants to play. Driver number 2 for Marlon Young in this championship. Mads is very quick. A little bit off track there. But on the slipstream, listen to the engine. The overspeed of the BMW. Runs it a little bit wide, trying to get the turn in, but the grip may not be there. He's beating the pedal. He's on it and off it. Trying to look for the long way around, but unfortunately cannot get it done. Lock up on the inside there. That's just more. You're destroying that tire, but he's really pushing it now. You can only think that he might be coming into the pits very soon if he's going to be wrecking those tires. A little bit deep, though. Martin Webster still there. We're going to see what that rear looks like for Martin Webster. That's a rear wing cam there on the X-Play. Bit of a lift and back on the loud pedal. Klaus into the pits. That's gonna allow some of the drivers to overtake him from then. Mads out losing a little bit of time. It looks like that straight line in that BMW looks to be a bit stronger. That just comes down to setup. How much you're willing to sacrifice cornering over top speed as Oswald Wilson getting up into the top 10, looks like. That's Klaus coming out of pit road. Martin Webster continuing to hold off of Mads for the time being here. Into the braking zone, left-hander onto the straight. Another left-hander, Andy Rees, crucially in pits. He is on his charge to get back up to the podium, making an early stop ahead of the top 5 who are yet to pit in this one. Ooh, oversteer correction there from Mads. That's 1000% the tires going away from him. If I was Mads right now, I'd be thinking, you know what? I'm losing them now because of the grip. I'd say let's go for the undercut. Danny Nasir, gonna come into the pits now in the Audi. Right in his box for that pit stop. And that is from P6 to P16, all done and dusted. And here comes the leader, Daniel Williams in. Crucial stop for him that needs to get it right. Sitting in pit road, he has about a 7-second buffer. And Mads now, I don't know if he heard me, but he's taking the undercut now to the drivers ahead. And he's going to service his car. Daniel Williams now going to crawl himself out pit road. And here comes more. He's going to overtake him. So Daniel now the first driver in that top 4 to make that pit stop. And if I was the X-Play duo, I would be pitting ASAP. You got to cover off Mads, who has just made the undercut on you, if I was Martin Webster. Meanwhile, a bit of a battle going on back here for P7. Now that the pit stops are made, some fresh rubber is on these cars here. Oh, Welzak drifts and can he save it? What a save! This is CMRSC. What a save from him. It is going to damage the tires just a little bit, but he's going to be back on it. Now it's the 3 X-Play drivers up here, starting with Jarrell Moore. And if he can play a key part in holding up Daniel Williams, it would be huge. Where is Marlon Young? Does he enter pits? No, he doesn't. Now that's interesting, but Webster does. That's the crucial one because Mads is on a hot one. He's really pushing hard now to try to get this position, seeing if the undercut can work. Meanwhile, Moore continues to hold up Daniel Williams. His race, Daniel, is against Marlon Young. And Jarrell stays out. I don't know if it's his strategy or they're communicating, but Daniel Williams now pushing hard onto the outside, looking for it, but Moore is going to try to keep it alive, and yes, he can! It's the fresh tires versus the worn out ones. Daniel Williams onto the slipstream once again! Jerome Moore now covering the inside, 1 move apiece. Daniel Williams going to go the long way around. The Mercedes against BMW, same manufacturers in the same country, I'll say. Klaus though gets a drive-through for cutting the track. Very unfortunate. He sits P10. He's going to lose some positions from that. Daniel Williams now continuing to fight on. Has the outside. If he can hold on here, he'll have the inside for the next corner. Up the road now, side by side here. Moore holding on for dear life. Daniel's going to have the inside. But if Moore can hold on, he'll have the inside for the next corner. They're still door to door. Moore is going to hold on. Can he get the move? He still sticks it. Left hand, right hander, I'll say, goes to Moore. But the left hand is going to go to Daniel Williams. Who's going to hold on? It's Daniel taking the position. What a fight. And Daniel takes it.
About, man?
Wow, what a fight. Marlon Young in the pits. Moore has done everything that he can do for the fight for Daniel Williams. Can Marlon Young get back onto the track? He's waiting. He's on it now. Is it enough? It may not be enough for an overtake, but it's fresh tires now. And battle is on. Here we go racing. Marlon Young out on track. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club's all about. What a fight. Hats off to Daniel Williams and Jerome Moore. Jerome only in his first championship, his 4th race in CMRSC, and he is pulling off all the stops like he's a veteran. What a race this is so far. And we are not done yet. 17 minutes left to go in this one. Let's catch our breaths now as we continue this race on. Moore, the only driver to make a pit stop now. And so far, I don't know if he's massaged those tires, but if they feel good. Oh, no, actually, maybe a little bit of a commentator curse. That thing is oversteering and stepping out a lot. I think he's really worn them out in that fight. to hold off for Marlon Young. Oh man, what a fight this is. But if you don't know anything about Jarrell Moore, I can give it to you, because this man, he is an incredible driver so far that we're seeing. But when it came to how Moore did meet Martin Webster, they met at the gym, struck up a conversation about heavy lifting. Martin Webster, of course, weightlifting. If you ever did check out the X-Play's Facebook, you may find a little bit of some posts of Martin Webster. But they did meet through there, and in fact, Jarrell Moore, as we do have an overtake
That
here.
was uncalled for.
As Matt and Martin Webster calling each other out. That was uncalled for, says Martin Webster, but unfortunately,
Don't hold me up, Jarrell.
we did not see. And Marlon Young saying, do not hold me up. And he's going to go through Marlon Young up there. But as I was saying, met through the gym, had conversations, talked about video games. Jarrell. Oh, hold on a second. Danny Nasir cut track. Drive-through penalty for Danny Nasir in the Audi. He's going to take that one straight into the pits, run through it, and get right back out of it. That's a bit of a shame for him. But yes, so Jarrell Moore and Marlon Young, cousins in real life. And eventually, they all stuck together, and X-Play hosted the private X-Play World Championships. It was a Formula 1 championship. Martin, Marlon, and Jarrell, all of them racing between each other. But as soon as COVID struck, it was slowed down between everyone. As
Internet fucked up, sorry.
Apologies for the language there, but Martin Webster.
Who was the idiot that just hit me?
And oh my god, more incidents on track. Is he facing the wrong way? Can he get out the way? We're gonna call it virtual safety car deployed. Virtual safety car deployed. So Daniel, you are the leader. Maximum speed 100 kilometers. Pits are open. Lance is here facing the wrong way on track. Lots of traffic coming up. Yeah, it'll be looked at after the race. It'll be looked at after the race.
You're just driving into the back of people, man.
So no overtaking. Just catch up to the car ahead. You don't have to stick to a specific pace. Just make sure you're not running into the car ahead. Only the leader has to worry about how fast they're going, and that's just 100 kilometers max. Once again, pits are open. We're going to wait till all drivers are bunched up together. Then we will send through the cars who are out of order. So just stay put. Cedric,
Yeah.
there's no overtaking. There's no overtaking. Just slot back. We will let you know when you can overtake.
He was the one that hit me.
Leaders are on the front straight. Yes, Lance will look at it after the race. Leaders are on the front straight, so get caught up. Once again, pits are open. So top drivers not coming in. Danny Nasir, I didn't notice, just come into the pits there. But a caution coming out on track here. A couple more drivers coming in. Cedric in to the pits. Casper in as well. But we are at the 13-minute mark left to go. But the real question is for the X-Play Academy, as I was mentioning earlier, will we see a redemption from Marlon Young? He's been consistent for the longest time.
That was everyone's big.
This is his best chance. A little bit of conversation. I'm good. A lot of action up here.
Good to hear.
Daniel Williams. Enjoying the race out front there, Daniel?
Yeah, just chilling.
Daniel Williams.
It's gonna be spicy now, so.
Indeed, man. So as all the drivers, so they're still waiting for everybody to get stacked up together, so just stay put if you're out of order. We're gonna send you through and you're gonna get caught right back up. The rule is you're only gonna get let through around one, so if you are multiple laps down, you need to wait to another virtual safety car to come up again. We will let you know when you're ready to overtake.
How we looking, Marlon?
And actually, we're gonna start that now.
I prepare for you in turn one again without the break you give me.
All right, Lance, you can overtake. Make sure to stay on one side of the track.
I'm gonna stay on the left side.
Danny, you can overtake. And Cedric, you can overtake as well.
Are we double file?
Single file.
Okay.
So lap traffic is gonna get out the way here. So remember, try your best not to make any mistakes as you're getting right back up to the field if you were just let through. Oh, and as soon as I say that, Klaus.
I'm out of here. My computer crashed again.
Ah, shoot. Sorry about that.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh, man. That is a massive shame for the Valhalla
Speak English,
driver.
not French.
He is out. That is a huge shame for Valhalla. That was big points. But looks like a mechanical failure, we're going to call that. And apologies once again for the language on the broadcast here. So we're going to do another check here. All right, Casper, you can go through. You can go through.
Thanks.
If you can let Casper through. Let him know he can go full speed to catch up the field.
Kan vi bare fuld fart?
All right. So just making sure everybody is good
Close
to
is over the
go.
race, why?
PC crashed. So unfortunate, our first retirement of the race. Bit of a shame there. So the driver's about to enter into the final sector. That's just before the back straight. So make sure not push too hard. Don't run yourself off the track. Just about 9 minutes left to go. As soon as we get everybody caught up together, then we'll sound it off. Also have Casper catch it up. All right, lead pack. Daniel, if we can lower that down to 80 kilometers, and we're gonna close pit lane. If you do decide to weave, make sure you are keeping a little bit of distance between yourself and the cars around you. And remember, it's going to be a single file restart. It's not going to be double. Lead pack is on the final corner. And we can look at the map there on your right-hand side. See where all the drivers are, including P15. That's Casper. So this is going to be a very chaotic restart. That's for sure. And it looks like they have finally caught up to the tail end here. We will be going green on this lap. It'll be on the front straight. This lap, we are going to go green. So make sure there's no more weaving at this point. No more weaving.
The blue car,
Yes.
the blue cars on the lead lap. Should we pass them now or let them stay where they are?
Nope, you stay where you are.
Okay.
Who's got their microphone turned up that loud?
That's Danny.
Yeah, that's just the echo from the speakers to his mic. All right, so once again, we are going to go green on this lap. There's no more weaving, no more weaving. 80 kilometers. Once the green is out, overtaking is allowed. So just be ready to not get caught napping.
Left one. Look to the side when we go green.
What?
I say your getting blue flags here. Could you pull aside when we go green? Like just stay on left or right. Just let us know which side you got.
How many laps am I down?
Just one
I
lap.
don't know, 1 or 2. Just one. Ah, come on, man. You're stopping too much. You make these guys running in the back of me.
Lance, you want to let through those guys behind you?
I'm on the left-hand side of the track. What the hell are they doing?
All right, yeah, all right, so yeah. Okay.
They got tons of space. They can't drive.
I don't think they noticed you were letting them through.
No, you told us wait until we go green. I can't pass him yet.
Just shut up and just go. You guys bitch about all sorts of crap.
Sound like you guys are having a lot of fun.
Oh, they're having a lot of fun.
There's
Anyhow,
a lot of fun.
let's catch up
anybody
now.
else?
Let's catch up now to the front pack. We have 6 minutes left to go.
Is
No
the
more
restart on
weaving.
me or on you?
It'll be on me.
Okay. There's
So,
a car
what-
off the track. He is not in position. Okay.
Yeah, just noticing that.
He can't come back past me. He drove, and the
And-
other one drove off the track
All
too.
right, all right, all right. Thanks, Lance. I'll take care of it from here. I just shuffle back in your position if you just bumped yourself off there.
What the?
Get yourself back into position really quickly. And the driver's all good to go. So we're gonna sound it off. Green flag. Back underway. Here we go.
Cold tires, remember.
They know it's cold tires, and let's hope that there's not a massive crash out here as we go racing. Andy onto the outside, trying to get a move there. There's a slide there. It's David Costa in the middle of the road. He gets out the way. We're still clear. Couple drivers off the track trying to avoid action, but it's Daniel Williams and Marlon Young side by side for the lead. This is what Marlon Young leads.
What?
Trying to need it now. Trying to go through and Marlon Young takes the lead. Mads also gets up into P2. Daniel Williams up there into third. Lots of action going on here. Lance is here. Danny is here. Off the track here. Oh, lots of bumps. Andy making some contact there. And Daniel's out.
Everybody's bumping and grinding and running off track.
Daniel
Back
Williams
passing people,
losing connectivity.
And then they stop in front of people.
Losing connectivity. What has happened there? Oh no! We were ready to call off the yellow flag there for a moment there, but he just disconnected. Cleared the problem of its own. We also see Cedric also disconnecting. He just parked it before we went green again. What has happened to Daniel Williams? It's a huge shame. But what happened on the restart there looked like somebody went in too deep and knocked somebody late on their tracks. But we get back up to racing and take a look at this. Oswin Wilson has got up into third position. Was that on your bingo card here today, folks? It's Guyana 1-3. Daniel Williams, I still don't know what's happened to him, and it's a huge shame that he retired. Oh, and Casper there off the track. But there is Marlon still holding on to the lead there for 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes left to go in this one. But Mads is hot on the heels. Can Marlon get a win? Oh, but Mads pushes a little bit deep and runs off the track. And Waltzak drive through for cutting. And he is sitting in P4. And that is huge. In his home race, having to take a drive-through penalty, losing the top four. Webster will go up into fourth. And everybody naturally will come up the order themselves there. Marlon Young has opened up this gap. It's a very similar fight when he took on Van Dorn. But if Marlon Young can keep this 50 points going to his name, that's going to be big. But Marlon's still holding off there. trying to keep this one alive. 2 seconds the gap is open up to. Oswin Wilson, not too far from the top 2 drivers there, especially Mads. But the Lexus doing an amazing job of keeping this one alive. A horrible start, catching back up. 30 points will go to his name if it stays like this. And Martin Webster really pushing on. Andy Rees trying to catch up. As well as there we see Costa having an issue there as well. Zach goes up into P8. A minute 19 for Young and a 20.3 for Mats. 21-0 for Aussie. And Webster gonna try to see if he can push 2 seconds the gap. And 1.2. Ooh, bit of lag there from Andy Rees. Ooh, it's a bit of trouble there. What is going on? For Andy. Looks to be good now. Maybe a little lag spike. Still in P5 though. 30 seconds to go. We should get the 2 to go at the line. We might still be at 3 laps left depending on where they are. They should get the 2 to go. As timer is going to be expiring before they get to the start finish line. Pressure on Marlon Young to get this victory. He's been fighting all race to get this one done. 3, 2, 1. Should be the 2 to go. No, it's white flag. It looks like, will this race be over from this point on? It is. Marlon Young is going to take victory for the Polish Grand Prix. Mads will take P2. Oswin Wilson out of nowhere will take 3rd. Webster 4th.
Is the race over?
Indeed. Top 3 park at the start finish line. Top 3 start finish line. Still have racing going on to keep comms clear. But I do say that, but I don't think there's many battles on track. Casper is going to go up into P10. No, P11. No, P10. It should be P10. Yes. As Oliver is out of this one. 9th for Danny Nasir. Lance Nasir into the pit lane, but that is going to do it. Marlon Young takes victory here for the Polish Grand Prix.
Oh, did I get kicked?
No, you might have disconnected. All right, comms are back open. Is the race done? Top 3 to the start finish line for your interviews. Line up in podium form. And that is it. A chaotic one coming down to the end. What a race it was. But there's your winner. It's Marlon Young taking victory. More points to his name. He's extended the championship lead. Exiting out of the first leg of this one. What a race it was. Holy, that was an incredible one. Let's get the photo here, getting all the drivers up there, sorting themselves out.
Marlon, you have to go to the middle.
Oh, and Casper still on the track there. You guys can park wherever you guys like. Just keep it roughly the same area. All right, that is race done there. An incredible one. Marlon Young, we're going to start off with you, man. You take victory here for the Polish Grand Prix. It was an incredible race coming down to it, but you take the W, man. Marlon, how does it feel?
Oh, that was beautiful, man. I love when a plan works out. I mean, when the race started, I don't know for what reason, but Danny pressed the brake pedal. So I told him at the restart, I'm going to get him if he only do that again. And he did. So I positioned my car well and I got him into turn 2. And that was race over right from there. I didn't know what happened to him, but I'm here on the top step and I'm happy. That was a very, very entertaining race from your perspective. Take us
through those battles. We saw you fighting for top 2. We saw you fighting for the lead at some point. But at other stages, did it feel like maybe P2 was the best you could do, or did you always think that P1 was always the goal?
Well, I was hoping for a safety car, and yeah, I was pretty satisfied with P2. But when I was in P3, I was really working hard to stay. I can't remember his name, but I was trying to stay with him. And I told myself just to be patient and just keep doing what I'm doing. And I know mistakes will come because the tire started to go away and I started to slide. So I figured the same would happen to him. So yeah, and it worked out. So he made a mistake and got him. And then I just set my eyes to just consolidate P2. But you know, it's never over until it's over. So I'm on the top step now, so I'm happy.
Double points to you as we now enter the Caribbean leg of this championship. You hold a comfortable lead in the points. Job's not done yet, but as we enter into the Caribbean leg, we exit out the European side of things, or the World Tour side of things, before we get into Caribbean only. Marlon Young, that was an incredible race. Any last words, any last shout outs you want to make for yourself?
I mean, I just want to say thanks to Danny Williams. I mean, sorry that he's not here on the podium even with me, but it was a great race and I admire him and he pushed me a lot, you know. So I couldn't get him at all over the week. So respect to him and I hope he comes back stronger.
I hope so too. Congratulations. Up in
thank you.
Up in the P2 there. I believe we had Mads in second position. Mads, do we have you on the mic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was a very, very different kind of point of view from your perspective. Very busy on your end, a lot of battles to go through, but it was really that last restart that helped you out a lot. It was a great launch, especially from off the line. Take us through that race from your perspective.
Got a great start from the start of the race. Got into P2. Been there for a long time, just tried to do my own pace. Had made a mistake. I don't know, halfway through the race, dropped down to P4. Had a battle with Martin, and unfortunately, it might be a penalty coming my way. I had some internet troubles, so I glitched into his car, and he spun out. So, and from there, the race restart. Didn't expect to go anywhere with the two guys in front who were very fast, and Marlon overtook Daniel at the start, and he had a bad exit, so I went up the inside and overtook him. And I don't know what happened to him after there, but yeah, from there was just trying to keep up with Marlon, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a good drive from you there. That restart proved very crucial. Like Marlon did say, it's not over until it's over. But that was a very good restart there that just put you right on that fight there. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done for the race victory, but a P2 is the second best thing you can get out of this race. Congratulations on that second place result.
Thank you.
And in P3, a very surprising P3, welcome back, Oswin Wilson. What a race it was for you. Incredible drive, man. First off, welcome back, sir. It's been a long time since we've seen you here. You're a champion yourself, and coming back to give these guys a good fight, and just out of nowhere at the end, we just saw you fighting up there for the podium, Oswin. I'd love to hear your perspective of this one. Oh, hold on, I don't think we can hear you. I see the green light there. Still not hearing you.
Mic test, mic
yep.
test.
All good.
Yeah, it's good being back racing with you guys. I kind of missed the chaos, but it was a bittersweet race for me. I really didn't have time to set up the car, so I was really off pace, and it was just mere luck I got on the podium.
Yeah. Well, that may be true. I mean, you did have an amazing come up from the beginning of that race. I believe you did have an incident getting into turn one there. Take us through that one.
No, they didn't really get an instant turn one. I think is at the race start, someone then went on the start, and I got caught up with them. So I was back of the pack, and that was it. So I just kept running a constant race and hope for a safety car, and it came. So, and after the safety car, I just muted I just muted Lance in the discard and just focused on the restart. And that was it.
Oh man, you shouldn't have said that out loud. But yeah, I wanted to ask about the pit stop strategy. By any point, were you thinking about the end race, like hoping for a safety car and you were trying to pit for that caution to come out, or did you just decide to run your own strategy and kind of prayed for the best?
Yeah, from the beginning I said I would run a two-stop strategy because I know the tires wouldn't last and just hope for the best, but it ended up working out for the best for me in this race.
Yeah. Indeed, yeah. I know we won't be seeing you too many times in this championship, but when you do get some time, we would love to see you come back here, Osman. It was a great race. Congratulations for your third position.
Yeah, thank you. Good racing, guys.
And just before we end off the stream here, I'm going to get you guys to turn your attention onto the live stream. We are now going to be putting out our trailer for our next championship coming up for the next week. Keep in mind that DTM is still going on for the next 4 weeks as we get into the Caribbean leg. But if you didn't know, we also have a second championship that runs alongside one series that we do. In our first year, we did the classic cars. Last year, we did Group 4. This year, it's DTM, but we still have one of our main championship races. Tune into the stream now and enjoy the trailer. And there it is, the Radical Caribbean Cup making its return back once again as the main series for the Caribbean Motor Racing Championship. August 31st to September 28th. That's going to do it. Hopefully, we will be seeing you guys in 1 week's time as we begin that championship. It is going to be a very, very close one. Will we be seeing a dominant performance from the likes of Khalil Rickford return? Will we be seeing a new race winner? We will find out. But that is going to do it here for today. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Polish Grand Prix. That does it for the first 4 rounds of the World Tour. Before we get in now to this Caribbean only leg, we will be seeing you in just 7 days time for that championship to get underway.